Today, we're gonna be diving into a class of bikes loved by kids and adults alike. And I know what you're probably thinking. What the heck is that? Pit bikes. So in this video, we're going to acquire, build, and put to the test a pit bike so unique, so sexy, so rare that you've probably never even seen it before. But not this one. This is not my bike. I can't afford this. This is actually my bike. It's a 1978 Puch Magnum X, and believe it or not, when I first got it, it definitely wasn't as clapped as it is now, but that's a story we're about to get into.
So when I first got the bike, it actually looked like this. Basically the same, but the front end wasn't snapped in half, so there's that. Now, this bike is made by Puch, who is primarily known in the United States as a manufacturer of 50cc two-stroke mopeds in the late 1970s and 80s. But for a short run of years, they decided to take their 50cc two-stroke, 2-horsepower E50 engine, update the carburetor intake and porting, giving it a whopping 3.5 horsepower, swap the dorky moped pedals for a manly Kickstarter system,
no way, Jose.
and slapped it all into a kid's dirt bike frame. And boom, you have all the ingredients necessary for an oil-burning, two-stroke twanging power band beast of a bike.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is a Puch Magnum X. Listen here, I'm from the United States, okay? I'm gonna say Puch. Everyone in the comments, like half the people are like, oh, that's what it's called. Half the people are like, brother, it's Puch. Push. Give me some slack here, okay? I'm calling it a Puch, okay? It's a Puch Magnum X. Basically what this is just a super light, small off-road moped. I don't know how much it weighs, probably like 80 pounds or something. Like, I'd be interested to see. It's really easy to lift up, but I'm kind of swole like that, you know? But I saw this thing on Facebook Marketplace and I just couldn't pass it up. As you guys know, I love mopeds. I just built my entire Puch Maxi. In the United States, this dirt bike variant of the Puch mopeds is really rare. You don't see them, so when I saw it pop up, it caught my eye because of that. But also, it has a fully rebuilt engine. If you know anything about these engines, this is an E50, the same engine that's on my other moped that I built. This kickstart engine that came from the factory, it's hard to find because most of them had pedals, and the pedals are how you started it. So the fact that this was a dirt bike, they had to put the kickstart on it, and that's really rare. The main reason why I bought this bike was because of this engine. On top of that, this engine is fully built. Basically, for the entire price I paid for this moped, the guy spent that same amount of money just building this engine. So I believe this has a Polini 65cc kit. It's a VM20 carburetor. It has an HPI ignition, brand new. The internals, the crankshaft, piston, cylinder kit, carburetor. It has a performance clutch. I don't know what the clutch is, but basically everything in this bike has been gone over, rebuilt. For what I paid, I basically bought this built engine and it came with the rest of this bike. So my hopes for this thing are to basically revive the rest of the things that it needs. The brakes on this thing right now, they suck. So these are drum brakes, but they're all bent up. They barely work. The rear brake here literally won't stop it from moving, so I can't do wheelies or anything without just looping the heck out of it because this rear brake does nothing. So we got to do brakes. The other thing is the steering lock, which is down here, actually snapped off, which is why the tank has these dents in it, because the handlebars can just turn. It's like a zero-turn lawnmower, bruh. You could just turn this thing all day and slam it into the tank. So the carb needs some tuning. We need an air filter because this thing is a dirt bike, so it's gonna be going in some dirty situations. But that's really it. Brakes, tune the carburetor, mess with the clutch a little bit, and I think this thing is gonna be a sick off-road ripper moped. That's the goal for it. We're gonna figure out if it's possible or not. I don't know. This bike is like the perfect mashup of everything I love on two-wheeled vehicles, okay? I love dirt bikes, I love mopeds, and most importantly, I love two-strokes. So right here we have a two-stroke dirt bike moped. Can you name anything better? I can't.
So as I mentioned, this bike does run, but before I put any more gas in it, I want to address this petcock. So the tank right now actually doesn't have a petcock on it. All it has is fuel line going through a fuel filter into the carburetor. So the gas is basically just free flowing out of the tank here. So I need to get a petcock that fits on this tank so that hopefully I can turn it on and off and at least be able to control the flow of gas from the tank into the carburetor.
So to start, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the seat and the tank from the bike. I went ahead and purchased a brand new petcock, fuel filter, and fuel line for this bike, so the whole fuel system should be brand new and crispy. I'm also going to go ahead and remove the speedometer because it's honestly broken and not even doing anything, so it doesn't need to be there. And since we're revamping the fuel system, I want to go ahead and clean this carburetor really good just to make sure all the fuel is flowing properly. Next, I'm removing the spark plug just to make sure that it's in good condition, and also, during this process, I'm going to be revamping all of the controls of the bike, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the throttle as well. And speaking of controls, that also includes brakes, so I'm going to go ahead and take the wheels off just to make sure that the drum brakes are as clean as they can be. So also in the parts order I made, I ordered some brand new brake pads for this bike because the old ones are definitely pretty shot. But unfortunately, it didn't take me very long to notice that these pads are not the same and they actually don't fit on this bike. So the next best option is just going to be to clean up the existing brake pads the best I can. And now that everything's all clean, I'm gonna throw it back in the wheel and get it back on the bike. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the rest of the grips and controls from the handlebars and start working on that. With the handlebars clean, it's time to unbox the new controls and get them ready to go on the bike. I'm gonna go ahead and route all new brake lines on the bike just to make sure that everything is as smooth as it can be. These brake lines paired with new metal brake levers make for a nice combo. And I saved the best for last. My favorite thing to put on my bikes is this Domino racing throttle. It takes the old squishy throttle pull and makes it really short and super snappy. With the throttle now done, I went ahead and installed the last grip, and the controls are finished. Next is the air filter. I typically don't install air filters on my mopeds, but since this one is a dirt bike purposely made for off-roading, I figured it should have one. Now that that's done, I'll hook up the carburetor for the last time, get the fuel lines all hooked up, and get the bike ready for its first start. So go ahead and behold the final product, the Puch Magnum X 70cc two-stroke pit bike. Before the first start, I'm gonna go ahead and mix up some brand new two-stroke gas. And yes, just like that, the bike started up on the first kick amazingly. Actually, it didn't. It took a lot of kicks. Here's all the kicks it took. That's a lot of kicks. But yeah, it started.
Oh, guys, that sun is being down on me, man. Feels like it's 95 out here, humid. As you can see, the Puch Magnum X. This thing's running, I think, good. I tried to tune up the carburetor the best I could with the air idle screw and all that stuff, but it has a little bit of a bog, and I think maybe the idle jet's a little bit too rich or something, because if you let it sit at idle and then give it gas, it'll just bog out. But hey, look how light this thing is. Literally, I could just pick it up like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, let's go. Big dog. Oh. And I want to do just a little bit of an off-road like trail test to start things off, you know. Let's get this rear brake tightened up a little bit better. All right. So as you guys know, this is a 1-speed moped. All it has is a clutch that slips and grabs. There's no variator, there's no gears. The thing that these motors really struggle with, see how it, man, see, if I let it idle too long, it bogs out. So we don't want that. I think the pilot jet's a little too rich. Gosh dang it, man. Hi. Why does it have to be 900 degrees today? All right, don't let it idle for too long. New rule. Full gas. It takes a second and then the clutch kicks. Woo! This thing's a ripper though. Oh! The front end is so light too. The whole bike is insanely light. Oh my gosh. Woo! 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 Oh my gosh. Suspension is also MIA. It's nimble though. Oh! Speed up the hill. Rocks. And here it struggles on the hills, right? Oh. I'm sure you can tell, like, hills are where it struggles the most because, like I said, it's one speed. So once you get moving, it's got plenty of gas, but outside of that, if you're trying to climb up a hill, dude, the clutch is just slipping like crazy. It literally says right here, attention, single rider only, weight limit 98 pounds. I'm not the heaviest fellow in the world, but I think I'm breaking some rules here. It feels like a mountain bike though, it's so light. Suspension's crap though. Woo! Oh, this is sick. Woo! Let's go. Yeah. Get it. All right, we're pushing 373 degrees. I might give it a little break here. Oh my gosh, guys. This thing freaking rips. It's so fun. Oh, if you guys don't know, this is basically the exact same engine as I have on my other moped. This is a Puch E50 engine. I think you can see it right there. It says E50. And this one has, I believe, a 65cc Pellini kit on it, a 20mm Mikuni VM20 carburetor. When I bought it, the engine was basically fully rebuilt, so I just knew I had to get it running a little bit better, and we should be off to the races. So this thing is freaking sick. It's a burden off-road, let me tell you. It's a momentum machine. If this was a car, it'd be like a Mazda Miata, right? This thing is made for momentum. You got to keep it going, and you can't slow down too much, because if you do, you're not going anywhere, bro. You got to push with your feet. Oh, dude, I'm out of breath. This thing is fun. I literally didn't even put air in the tires. These things are old as ever, cracked up, Chinese knobbies, but this throttle, Domino, oh. Every time, man. I put this on every bike. So good, so good. The temp was reading 370. I'm pretty sure, correct me in the comments, but I think anywhere below like high threes, like 390, 400, 420, that's like danger zone. Like this thing's gonna blow up. But if you're below like 370, I'd say you're probably fine. Like, I don't know. I guess I'll find out if I ever get hotter than that and this thing seizes up. But let me know in the comments. I'm not the moped guru. I just ride these things, dude. Woo-hoo! Squirrely! Oh, through the tight part up here. Whoa! Oh, tree! Oh my gosh! Woo! Rock section, up the hill. I'm not pushing with my feet. It's trying. And that's how you seize a moped. I'm not gonna do that. 370, 380, yeah, turn her off, buddy. Look at all that smoke, bro. Good thing about this bike, whoop. Mountain bike it down. Oh man. Yeah, I think lugging it up too many hills like that is how this thing would blow up for sure. When you start to not move and you're just full gas, slipping clutch. I don't know if that's good for it. I really got to figure out that idle jet. It's too rich for sure. I'm dying out here, man, for you guys. Gotta get these videos out here in the woods. Kicking like my life depends on it, brother. The boy's gonna run a marathon with just his right leg. That's how strong it's gonna be. No, dude, don't tell me I fouled a plug. I don't want to die out here. Why did I stop, dude? Oh yeah, because I let it get 380 degrees going up a hill. Kind of silly. They're gonna make me walk back in this heat, dude. It sucks. At least I'm in the shade, huh? Could use me a nice cold glass of water. Water! Sorry for the breathing. Just literally trying not to have a heart attack out here, that's all. Come on. Oh, I should have known better, huh? Brought a plug with me, some tools maybe. Out in the middle of the wilderness. Literally might die out here. Just kidding, brother. If this was the apocalypse, I'd be right where I wanted to be. Me, my bike, and the great outdoors. We'll get back, swap the plug. Hopefully it's not blowing up. Hopefully that'll start it up and then we can head to the lot. And I want to see the top speed on this thing and how it stunts and does wheelies. So we'll see if I can get it going and I'll see you there.
2 hours later.
Holy moly. That was fun, huh? Real fun. Yeah. I like that. Good times. Let's do this. Boom, boom. Nice old hand unload. Gotta love it. All right, swapping the plug did the trick. Let's hope it's still doing the trick now that I drove all this way. I want to get a little bit of a top speed, little lot test, little wheelie jaunt. Oh, That did the trick. All right, we're gonna see what this thing feels like on some open road now. I need more rear brake for sure. It's twitchy, dude. So twitchy, but it's fun. Oh, dude. Oh, it's sick. A disc brake would do wonders on this thing, that's for sure. Oh my gosh. That is terrifying, dude. This got to be probably one of the scariest bikes I've ever wheelied. Alright, what do you say? Top speed? Let's not let it idle too much. Let's get the phone out. Oh man, dude, I'm telling you, it's like you're chasing balance point, and then as soon as you hit it, it's dropping back hard. Like, it just tips backwards real fast. See if I got my app here. It feels like most of the power is kind of mid-range, and it doesn't have that much top end, so I'm not expecting anything crazy for the top speed here. Here we go. Alright, top speed run number 1. See what we get. .1, and it didn't feel like it had much more than that. Honestly, that's not terrible. My other moped was like 36 or something. 33, 34 miles an hour for a bike that's completely geared to go off-road. Woo! It is so twitchy, dude. It is fun though. Definitely not as smooth on the road as my other moped, as you would expect, but for being an off-roader, it does what it does, man. I can't complain.
Now, as you do with any new bike, I was enjoying this thing just a little bit too much, and I had no clue the trouble that lied ahead.
So good, dude. Yo, I'm good, bro. Did you just see that? Yo, I haven't fallen like that in a while, bro. You know, it's kind of funny. I had a friend that had a moped with this front end too, and the same thing happened, bro. The same freaking thing. I probably should have checked that before I started riding it like this, huh? Well. Yo. Front suspension's gonna be needed. Damn, dude, I was about to pack up and go home too. That's how it works out here, man. Where did my goggles go? Oh, frick. Good news is, the hands work, shoulders work, knees work. Call that a win. We'll back the truck up to it and head home, dude. Just gonna go ahead and pretend like that didn't happen, huh? Damn, man. Yeah, let's load it up.
So I was having too much fun to notice that the front end was getting a little bit sloppy on this thing, but as you can see in the slow motion replay, when I pulled up this wheelie, the forks were already starting to separate and they could only hold on for so long. So when it fell off, the front tire came with it, and basically I did a wheelie over top of the front wheel, and it sent me cartwheeling into the concrete. So what did we learn here today? Are pit bikes cheap? Yes. Are pit bikes fun? Yes. Should we, as grown adults with fully mature brains, listen to the 98-pound weight limit sign and park the pit bike in the back of the garage until Junior comes along and can ride it 10 years from now? Also yes. But that doesn't sound very fun now, does it?